So what's up, guys? Anyone notice how everything feels off lately? Like, I know it has felt off for a long time, but previously people acted kind of normal, right? People still acted like people. It wasn't really that the rot hasn't spread through souls yet, or minds at least. Souls are indestructible in my opinion, but somehow everything feels so messed up, and maybe I'm just going insane. In fact, I know I'm going insane, right? I have a couple mental illnesses. Obviously, I'm a crazy person, right? Just look at my other videos. I'm in favor of human sacrifice, goddammit. But it just feels weird. Like, not necessarily that people behave evil, but they behave wrong in a way. Like, I know. I've been I've been dating this guy lately. He's like twice my age. Obviously, that's already a huge issue, right? With like, I mean, I'm pretty young and I look technically even younger, at least according to my friends. And he's been like, he treated me really weirdly. Like, told me like you're acting like a child, basically. I'm paraphrasing here. What he said is basically untranslatable in English, but he basically like treats me like a little child, and to him, I am a little child, right? I am half his age. I'm not on the same like I don't have a job. I don't have an education to speak of. I am basically like in this student phase where I'm kind of a loser. I haven't really achieved anything. But isn't this what he has been dating me for? Like, obviously he's obviously these kind of people who are like, what's the technical term, like cradle robbers, like in the sense of like guys who date significantly younger people. They obviously are like have some sort of pedophilic tendencies where they want to date a kid but they can't, obviously, so they go for the next best option, which is like a really immature young adult. And I don't know, that's what he's been looking for, but he's still like, I don't know, mad at me if I'm upset at him or something. And I don't know, I just I obviously this is wrong. Not even to speak of the whole homosexuality thing. I believe it's kind of um, like a shadow side of the human collective unconscious that can't really be suppressed. It can only be meaningfully integrated in a sort of structured way. But I don't. Obviously, this is like a completely deranged situation, and I feel like nobody actually is bothered by this. Like, apart from my best friend, who he is really mad at me because of this whole situation, and I get it. I appreciate it actually that he cares about me in that regard. Um, and but I don't know. I don't feel like my parents would care. Like my father, he's like, I wish he cared enough about me to be disappointed at me. But he is not even. He doesn't give a shit. Actually, he does. He wouldn't. He would not flinch if anything bad happened to me, and a lot of bad things happened to me before, and I've seen how my parents reacted, right? They didn't react. That's the fucking problem. They should have been like up in arms about this whole situation, that people are taking advantage of like a vulnerable mentally ill person. That like I know I that this is kind of like the worst possible combination is to be conventionally attractive and retarded, right? Because you're going to get molested by everyone. That's just how it goes, right? So if you're retarded and ugly, at least be happy that nobody wants to rape you because they could, because you're retarded, right? And I get it. I'm retarded. And obviously this didn't do me any good. I think I'm losing my mind. I don't even know if I should publish this video because like my brothers are seeing this shit, and I kind of wanna maintain like you get how it is, like if you're in a sort of like a leadership position, like how you are when you are the eldest brother, you don't want to show weakness, because not because that might endanger your position, but because that might make the people that rely on you feel scared. And I don't wanna see my siblings get scared. I wanna have them believe that I'm a strong person that can protect them, even though I don't know if I am. I would try, but I don't know if I'd succeed. Something is really, really wrong with the world. With how people think. Like you have no idea how. Like in America, you can be glad that there's this idea that oh yeah, you're only an adult after like age 18, and everyone who is below this, and you might think that's like an insane prude version to think about it. But imagine the other way. Think about how it is in Europe, where it's normal or at least tolerated that. What I've had a friend of mine tell me about this, that their friend um, was like he's like 45 or 35, and he drove across the country to meet like a 15-year old girl, and this is not considered predatory in Europe. This is not considered pedophilia or child abuse in Europe. Imagine how fucked up that is. Like if you actually think about it. Like most people aren't really adults at 18. I wasn't, certainly. I am one now, I think. It's been long enough, but most people at age 18 are still teenagers, and teenagers are retarded, and teenagers can't really do the right decisions. They binge drink and they do drugs because they don't realize the consequences. They all of us have always thought, in when we were teenagers, we all thought we wouldn't make it to 20. We all did, right? Everyone, all of us. And this is the mentality of a teenager. They don't care if they get like addicted to some drug, or if they get their kidneys fucked up by alcohol, or if they get an STD or something. They just binge and they fuck and they take any drug they want because the parents don't care. That's the issue. The parents don't care. They don't look at their children. They don't care for their children. And they don't care either. And they are going to have to carry the consequences for the rest of their lives. this is just another symptom of the general rot that has infected the whole planet, the whole everything, the whole society, the mentality of every single person, and it has even infected me because like I wouldn't have like if I had a solid moral compass, if I was an upstanding citizen, basically, if I was a non-sinful person, a righteous person, right? I wouldn't do the shit I would do. I wouldn't I wouldn't go on racist tirades on YouTube or something. I wouldn't have like unprotected sex with like pederasts or something, which is pretty awful. It, it's I'm also a sinner, like everyone else, and in such situations, I just hope that Jesus Christ is real, so that He can help me out, help me become a better person. But I don't feel Him. I don't know where He is. He doesn't talk to me. At least I think so. And that's the scary part, right? I haven't. I mean, I have seen a lot of supernatural shit, but I haven't really seen any supernatural shit that was like unequ- unquestionably morally good. It was all like semi-demonic shit, like just the way how I was born. Would would an angel of God get the former boyfriend of my mother into a brutal car crash where he was like severely injured and stayed in the hospital for like half a year? Like that's not a good thing to do. Like that's assault. Like spiritual assault maybe, but it's assault. Something really evil was going on there. And I'm worried that this evil that created me has also an influence on me. That it's basically what my nature is. That I maybe not that I may not even be human, that I may be some sort of like I know I am like technically like according to the strict laws of demonology I am a Cambion. So uh, like the offspring created by a human woman and an incubus, I think, which doesn't really work that literally, but it's more like yeah, the souls are basically sent. Like the physical body is human. Like I am human, but my soul isn't human. It's something else, something that I don't know what it is. I believe that I will find out what it is when like Saturn re-enters Taurus, because that's like my birth sign. Like not my birth sign. Like Saturn was in Taurus when I was born, so I believe that. But that's still a couple years off. Tommy sits on my lap. He's purring very loudly. So I don't know. Again, I shouldn't have like I don't know if I'm gonna publish this video. I might. So I don't know. I I just feel like there's a sort of stasis going on. Like we are all being held back, and there's something really bad coming. Something really, really awful that's going to overshadow everything that's happened right now. And a lot of bad things have happened in the last decade. A lot of awful things, and it's only going to get worse for the next couple of years. Again, I think we are in the beginning phases of the Third World War, and there's going to be a fourth, at least according to the Catholics. So that's something we have to look forward to. If we survive World War III, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's going to be a better time, I guess, for for a while, and then it's all just going to get even worse. And that's the fourth world war is when the apocalypse will start. Like we think we are in the apocalypse right now, right? Everyone of us, all of us think so, but we are not. We are in the beginning stages of the apocalypse, but it's a process of like 100 years, and we now see like the setting the stage phase where Israel is going to get destroyed. I don't think the Jews are going to get expelled from Palestine, but they are going to get subjugated. Um, Obviously, I don't like the issue with like the Jews. It's the crazy thing is actually I'm not really that much of an anti-Semite. I'm not like a cucked Zionist or something. I do think that Israel is a doomed project, but I acknowledge that the Jews are generally an evil force. But I kind of sympathize with them in the sense that I can feel for them. I know what they're going through, and I sympathize, and I kind of like them in a way how you like a villain in a story, right? They're fascinating people, utterly convinced of their own superiority, and yet still, like they are so weak. They're anxious, frail, neurotic people, not physically strong, always worried about everything, and I can really relate to that. I too am like that, so I do feel for them. It's going to get worse for everyone in the future, including them, especially them, actually. So I do, I do actually like in a weird way, even though Germans and Jews are like mortal enemies. I do hope they find their path and redeem themselves and can all survive and we can all live in peace together. That's what I wish for the world, really. Yeah, I know. I know what else to say. I'm in a kind of like a very dark mood right now. I feel like the world is ending, and it's ending fast. And yeah, we are at the beginning stages of a conflagration that will burn the entire planet. And cleanse the world, yes, but it will also kill so many people. So much blood will be spilled. Anyways, goodbye.